Ladies and gentlemen, the Eastern Province Community Chapter Commander and his officers and members are proud to present the first COVID-19 friendly 160th birthday celebration of the Philippines' national hero, Dr. Jose P. Rizal.
Ang pangbansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Sa
Sir Dr. Zane M. Turbo, KGCR, MIU Regional Commander and EPCC Advisor.
Knights of Rizal, nobly stand, to love and
Sir Jose M. Velasquez, KGOR, MIU Deputy Regional Commander and EPCC Chapter Exchequer. Sir Carlos J. Casenas Jr., KCR, EPCC Chapter Commander.
Serve for world success, the seal of unity and integrity.
Sir Primar E. Asuncion, KCR, EPCC Deputy Chapter Commander.
All over the world and for love of God.
Sir Enrique M. Piguin, KCR, EPCC Chapter Chancellor. Sir Jose Rex N. Navarroza, KCR, EPCC Chapter President.
To free the world from agony. Knights of Rizal,
Sir Joseph L. Sonsona, KCR, EPCC Chapter Archivist.
acts of gallantry, enlighten humanity.
Sir Pasiano A. Defensor, KOR, EPCC Deputy Chapter President.
And country, reform and serve for all success.
Sir Wesley Otan, KOR, EPCC Deputy Chapter Exchequer.
Progressive community all over.
Sir Erwin P. Tagaban, KCR.
Of God and for all. Work for peace and prosperity to free the world from
Sir Ruel V. Balingit, KCR.
War for peace and prosperity to free the world from agony.
Sir Wilbert O. Katakutan, KCR.
Knights of Rizal.
Sir J.R. R. Almazora, KCR.
Knights of Rizal, nobly stand, to love and cherish acts of
Sir Francis M. Lubugin, KOR.
enlighten humanity of heroic deeds for the family and
Sir Joseph P. Roquin, KOR.
reform and serve for world success, the seal of unity and integrity. Progress
Lady Stephanie B. Casenas,
unity all over the world and for love of God and for all.
Lady Jenaline A. Asuncion,
Peace and prosperity to free the world from agony. Work for
Lady Dr. Rona M. Sonsona,
to free the world from agony. Knights of
Lady Karen Ann Aitan,
To love and cherish acts of gallantry, enlighten humanity, all heroic deeds for
Lady Lyn Lubugin,
and country, reform and serve for all success, the seal of unity and
Lady Tony Rose B. Roque,
progressive community all over the world, and for love of God.
Brother Knights, Ladies of Rizal, Young Knights and Young Ladies of Rizal, ladies and gentlemen, let us all stand for the invocation to be led by Sir Pasiano A. Defensor, KOR, EPCC Deputy Chapter President.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand, bow your head, and feel the presence of the Lord. Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for your abounding graces. We invoke your presence in this gathering today and pray you to imbue us with your love and guide us to express that love in terms of faithful concern for our fellow men. We thank you for the memory of Dr. Jose Rizal, who has been inspiring us to serve our country unselfishly. We thank you for the wealth of wisdom he has left for us to cherish and to propagate. Grant us the courage and the strength to live up to his ideals and to persevere when the road is dark and thorny and seemingly endless. Teach us, O Lord, that life is not a race for wealth and power, but a career for noble living, not unto us, but unto you, O God. Be all glory and praise now and forever. Amen.
Brother Knights, please remain standing for the recitation of the Rizalian Code of Ethics, to be led by Sir Cerex N. Navarroza, KCR, EPCC Chapter President.
Fellow Brother Knights, please remain standing. We will recite our Code of Ethics. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. A Rizalian loves his country and people, promotes international understanding among peoples and nations, venerates the memory of the nation's heroes by making their ideas his own and his children's, values honor as he values his life, strives to do justice to all his fellow men, finds meaning and purpose in life, upholds freedom at all costs, maintains a tolerant and understanding attitude towards his fellow men, believes in the value of education, essential to the formation of the character of men, promotes social justice and general welfare, is industrious, self-reliant, persevering and conscious of the plight of the less fortunate, and is truthful and honest in thoughts, words, and in deeds.
Please remain standing for the recitation of the Rizalian Oath, to be led by Sir Enrique M. Piging, KCR, EPCC Chapter Chancellor.
Rizalian Oath. I do solemnly promise upon my word of honor that I shall seriously study the teachings of Rizal and endeavor to put them into practice, always keeping in mind the order's motto, non omnis moriar, not everything in me will die. I shall work for a perfect union among the members of my community. I shall do no wrong and shall protect and defend my fellow men against all violence and injustice. I shall endeavor as far as possible to extend assistance to my brother knights and fellow men to enhance their programs and promote their welfare, and I shall uphold and obey strictly the bylaws of the order and its rules and regulations.
Please remain standing for the Rizalian Pledge to be led by Sir Joseph L. Zonzona, KZR, EPCC Chapter Archivist.
Brother Knights, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. Rizalian Pledge. In fraternal union with my brother Knights, I pledge lifetime devotion to the ideals of the Order of the Knights of Rizal and to the teaching of the national hero who so gave up his life that the tenets of justice, freedom, chivalry, human dignity, and love of country, which I make my own, will not perish from the heart of man. So help me God.
Despite the challenges brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic, we celebrate the 168th birthday of our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. To open this momentous event, let us all welcome Sir Carlos J. Casenas Jr., KCR, EPCC Chapter Commander, for his welcome remarks.
Now,
160 years ago, June 19, 1861, Dr. Jose P. Rizal was born. He was not born a superhero, but he inspired the Filipinos through his writings that advocated political reforms and has eventually led to the independence we are all experiencing today. Widely regarded as the greatest Filipino who ever lived, Rizal does not belong only to our race, but to humanity. He lived and died for what he loved, his country and his people. But his life and works have not only brought changes in our country, but also placed a deep mark in the history of all mankind. Today, in this very strange time, when our mobility has become severely restricted due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we try to celebrate the heroism, a noble reminder of love for our country. This day has given us another chance to align our thoughts with the supreme sacrifice that our national hero had done for all of us, for whom he faced death with dignity in order for us to achieve true freedom. Today, we remember and honor the nationalism and martyrdom of Dr. Jose Rizal and immortalize him and his significance in contemporary times. Currently, we are battling a pandemic which seems to have no end. We need leadership and solidarity to defeat the virus. Rizal gave up his life for us, but asked so little of himself. If we contemplate to live, lead and serve the Rizalian way, we can make a difference in the lives of our fellow men and hope that one day this tragedy would all be behind us. May Rizal's ideals continue to inspire and guide us to emulate his patriotism and allow us to help strengthen the Philippines as a nation and contribute to a better future for all Filipinos. God bless us all.
The Order of the Knights of Rizal celebrates annually the birth of Dr. Rizal to commemorate the life of one, if not the greatest Malayan that ever lived. In these trying times in human history, let this moment also be a celebration of the birth of the new heroes of our time, the Filipino frontliners. To remind us of the indomitable spirit of a Filipino, a round of applause for young Lady Summer Tan to serenade us with her rendition of Ako'y Isang Pinoy.
Ako'y isang Pinoy sa puso diwa, Pinoy na isinilang sa ating bansa. Ako'y hindi sanay sa wikang mga panyaka. Ako'y Pinoy na mayroong sariling wika, wikang pambansa. Ang gamit kong salita, bayan kong sinilangan, hangad kong lagi ang kalayaan. Sigat Jose Rizal, nooy nagwika, siya ay nang pangaral sa ating bansa. Ang hindi raw magmahal sa sariling wika ay higit pang amoy sa magbahong ista. Wikang pambansa, ang gamit kong salita, bayan kong sinilangan, hangad kong lagi ang kalayaan. Ako'y isang Pinoy sa puso diwa, Pinoy na isinilang sa ating bansa. Ako'y hindi sanay sa wikang mga panyaka. Ako Pinoy na mayroong sariling wika.
The whole nation is one with us in remembering this important moment in our nation's history. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, Attorney Adnan V. Alonto, Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary, Embassy of the Republic of the Philippines, Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Magandang araw po sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Kaharian ng Saudi Arabia. Together with the 123rd anniversary of the Proclamation of Philippine Independence, we are also commemorating the 160th birth anniversary of Dr. Jose Rizal, our national hero whose teachings enlightened the Filipino people's consciousness against the social and religious injustices of the Spanish colonial rule. I wish to commend the contributions of the Order of the Knights of Rizal in continuing to promote Dr. Rizal's teachings toward achieving political and social reforms guided by the values of education, patriotism, and civil liberties. In order to strengthen our democracy, we should advocate for good and accessible education for every Filipino. Following the example of Dr. Rizal, education is the greatest tool by which ideas can be developed and then used to be of service to our fellow men. Having already won our independence, We should now be guided by patriotism in ensuring that our government is staying responsive to the needs of Filipinos all over the world, particularly those who are less fortunate during this pandemic. Finally, Dr. Rizal sacrificed his life so that Filipinos may gain the civil liberties that we enjoy today. May all of us protect our freedom, promote social justice in dealing with others, and preserve the dignity of every human being. Maraming salamat po sa pagkakataong itong ilahad ang aking mensahe. Salamat.
Fraternal message of Sir Eliu A. Ibanez, KGCR, Supreme Commander of the Knights of Rizal, on the occasion of the 160th birth anniversary of Dr. Jose Rizal. Knights of Rizal, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are gathered by tradition to commemorate the birth anniversary of our greatest patriot, Dr. Jose P. Rizal. Even today, this event is a great reminder of the exemplary life he lived. We commemorate an individual whose brilliance transcended his status in life and education, whose literary works brought about a burning movement of national identity, and whose courage, among other virtues, continue to inspire a generation of future Filipino leaders. For someone so widely exalted, these words may not sufficiently chronicle his life, but it gives us a glimpse of who Rizal was. As we honored Rizal, allow me to look back on how he has shaped the course of our destiny, and how his unparalleled devotion to the common good laid the foundation of our freedom from colonial rule. Let me reflect on how a single person's immeasurable love for his motherland unshackled the chains of seemingly beat down Filipinos and awakened in them the burning desire to fight for their liberation from exploitation, oppression, and subservience. How a single person's nationalism and selflessness paved the way for a revolution that earned us our freedom, a feat that remains unparalleled to this day. Dr. Jose Rizal was under extreme scrutiny in his lifetime because he voiced out his opposition to the status quo. He challenged the prevailing oppression and used the might of his words to instigate solidarity among his dehumanized and desensitized fellow men, intimately earning him the ire of his colonizers. He was exiled to Mindanao for 4 long years and was brought back to Manila only to be executed. But even in death, Rizal's principles and love for his homeland were the rays of light that creep into the consciousness of the earlier Filipinos. Not long after his ultimate sacrifice, the Spanish reign was brought to halt by the people who, inspired by Rizal, rallied for their freedom and exercised their right of revolution. By no means, however, was Rizal an advocate of violence. He recognized that education and peaceful progress towards the lofty goals are preferable to strife, death, and bloodshed. Yet, the only violence he tolerated was the atrocity that was done to him in honor of his country. In a heated political climate like ours, reflecting on how Rizal did not condone violence as a means to achieve freedom is a worthwhile goal. In present times, we are often confronted with a spectrum of irreconcilable differences in opinions and political paradigms, which often foster violent dissent. The legacy of Dr. Jose Rizal offers a respite from this pernicious cycle. What Rizal lacked in belief in the armed conflict, he more than made up for his unequivocal love for his country. In the end, the words he fearlessly spoke of still echo up to the present generation and will live on until posterity. Ultimately, it was in his capacity as a wordsmith that Rizal was able to bring about a movement that allowed the Filipinos to be finally liberated from Spanish colonial rule. Amidst the global pandemic, one important question demands to be asked. To continue life amidst the pandemic, what are the lessons we can derive from his life and works? In answering this question, I am reminded of a scene between Simon and Basilio in the latter part of Rizal's second novel, El Filibusterismo. When Basilio reveals to Simon that he was after a simple life, as he only wanted to become a doctor, get married, and raise a family, Simon mockingly tells him, "What are the physical ills compared with moral ills? What is the death of an individual compared with the death of a community? One day, you may become a great physician, but much greater will be the physician who can breathe new life into his enfeebled people. What are you doing for the country that made you who you are, that gave you life and knowledge? Don't you know that life, which is not dedicated to a noble idea, is a worthless life, which like a stone thrown on the roadside, cannot be used to build a worthy edifice?" Simon reminds us that there is a cause greater than oneself. Simon reminds us that a life worth living is one dedicated to a noble cause. In our current predicament, this noble cause is the dedication of oneself for the welfare of others. In our endeavor to emulate the life of Rizal, may we always remember that the pursuit of the common good is a duty that is not only imposed on the government and its leaders, but is rather incumbent on every citizen of this country. Indeed, Rizal's life and works are a testament that our own channels of compassion to others speaks volumes. Our individual acts of kindness and our acts of service provide an inspiration to all Filipinos who need strength and courage to go on. For is a life really worth living if one does not develop a sense of mission to lift up the spirit of the common man and make him aware of his dignity? As we overcome the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, may we draw inspiration from Rizal's peaceful patriotism and instead aspire to be modern heroes who are part of the solution to our societal problems. As a community, we can inculcate the values that he possessed and incorporate them into our way of life. I fervently hope that the bravery of our beloved national hero would serve as an example for Filipinos in the fight towards a more progressive Philippines. May this serve as a challenge to all of us to create avenues to awaken a stronger sense of solidarity and unity amongst ourselves. We are all called to be stewards of change simply by maximizing our God-given talents. Our efforts, no matter how small, can create a ripple of change. In whatever we do, may there always be a conscientious effort to think about the common good and strive collectively to achieve so that we may collectively heal, recover, and rise as one nation. fueled by Rizal's fervor, alongside our great forefathers. May we overcome the seemingly insurmountable challenges ahead and envision a brighter and more comfortable life for every Filipino individual. Thank you very much. Non omnis moriar. Fraternal message of Sir Renato S. Puno Sr., KGCR, Chairman, Council of Elders, on the occasion of the 160th birth anniversary of Dr. Jose Rizal. To all Sir Knights, we are commemorating the 160th birth of our national hero, Jose P. Rizal. More than a century and a half of memorializing the life and times of Rizal is astounding. Few figures in the world can claim the distinction of unending relevance to mankind. Rizal's relevance will remain evergreen for as long as the tyrannicide of the strong against the weak is perpetuated in our planet. We see throughout history this tyrannicide running without any pause. As man tries to enslave his fellow men, as nations conquer nations, as empires colonize countries, through the use of brute force or the glitter of gold. Rizal fought against the tyrannicide by awakening the Filipino about their God-given rights to human dignity, the freedom to think, the liberty to express opinion regardless of the political and religious orthodoxies of the time, etc. He warned our people about the indispensability of the light of the knowledge to expose the evils of despotism. Rizal's trumpet call is for us to guard against the deadliest of all viruses, the virus of ignorance. Indeed, ignorance has always been the doorstep to the demise of democracy all over the world. Non omnis moriar.
The Eastern Province Community Chapter is one with the Order of the Knights of Rizal, spearheaded by the international headquarters in Manila, and the rest of the chapters in various regions worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, Brother Knights, be all inspired with the fraternal messages from the members of the Council of Elders and past Supreme Commanders, Sir Jeremiah Jerry Singson, KGCR, Rizal in year 2014-2016, and Sir Jesus B. David, KGCR, Rizal in year 2002-2005.
Sa aking mga kababayang Knights of Rizal dyan sa Middle East and Africa region, sa pangunguna ni Sir Zane Thirlwall, isa po magandang araw ang aking ibinibigay sa inyo. Sa araw po ito ng kapanganakan ni Dr. Jose Rizal ay atin po sanang gunitain ang kanyang mga atikain, mga kaisipan, lalo na sa ating mga kabataan, na kung saan lagi nang tinatawag na pag-asa ng bayan. Kaya po, higit sa lahat, ay nais ko rin purihin ang Middle East and Africa region sa pagbibigay halaga sa ating mga kabataan sa pamamagitan ng taunang proyekto na ginagawa diyan sa gitnang silangan. Ito po sana ay magpatuloy sa mga darating pang panahon upang ating may sakatuparan ang dakilang pangarap ng ating butihing bayani, si Dr. Jose Rizal. Lamang po at magandang araw. Non omnis moriar. Hindi ang lahat sa akin ay papanaw.
Brother Knights, affiliate ladies, friends, isang mapagpalayang araw sa ating lahat. In commemoration of the 160th birth anniversary of Dr. Rizal, may I begin my message reminding everyone of his insightful words. Sa pag-alala sa nakaraan, ako ay patungo sa kawalan na may bit-bit na pamana para sa mga susunod na henerasyon. Remembering the past, I now enter the unknown, crafted a heritage to the future generation. Truly, we are entering an unknown tomorrow. At the stillness of the night, we were visited with a pandemic that until now is plaguing each one of us. We might not have the physical experience with COVID-19, but its consequences, the mobility restriction to mental stress, affect us all. It has been a year that this pandemic restricts us in all we normally do. We are Filipinos. We are international, and we are resilient. By heart, we know ourselves to be hopeful and with conviction to move forward even we are being challenged by the pandemic. Rizal taught us that we must utilize our heritage, our past, our experiences to move to the most preferred tomorrow. A future which we intend to craft for our next generation. Few days ago, we celebrated our 123rd Independence Day. Similarly, let us liberate our worries and be bold to face the battle. With our united spirit, we can all #Heal Philippines. Diyos unay tiagina, non omnis moriar.
Dr. Jose P. Rizal lived his life not only in pursuit of excellence, but to a life dedicated to noble ideas for the love of country. Let us all welcome Sir Dr. Zane Thirlwall, KGCR, Mir Regional Commander, EPCC Advisor, with his inspirational message.
A very good day to you all. Welcome to the 160th birthday celebration of our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. This particular celebration is like something that we've never seen before. As you saw, I entered with my mask on, removing it only in this particular position. We are in a situation where really we don't know how to celebrate such an event. But as the Knights of Rizal, we have to. Meaning, be realistic, adventurous, and above all, creative. This particular event today is what they call virtual. What does virtual mean? To be quite honest, I don't know, because we've had many events when we say virtual. Virtual means we don't make a gathering. Yet somewhere down the line we have to meet and to cross paths. However, it's a day for celebration. You can see our backdrop here, our bust of Rizal. You've seen during this event and even after my speech, different people speaking, different activities, a floral offering and the rest. Why? Because we celebrate Dr. Jose Rizal's birth. Without Rizal, I honestly don't believe where we would be today. Some people say that we have democracy in the Philippines. I don't quite know if that's correct. Is it the democracy that Jose Rizal envisioned? We really don't know. But as the years go by, we improve, we grow better, we improve on every aspect of our lives. And that is what Rizal did from his birth until his death. The ultimate sacrifice brings us here today. However, we in the Eastern Province of Saudi Arabia, this is the place where I joined the Knights of Rizal and I'm currently the regional commander. We have a strong chapter, very creative, come up with all these things that we're seeing today. And this is what we have to do. We have to improvise. We have to show the world that we as Knights of Rizal, we can improvise and we can do many, many things. Even when we are under a mask, under laws that don't allow gatherings, under laws that give us financial penalties. But at the end of the day, it's all for Rizal. I've been encouraging my chapter along the way to be very creative. I must admit that this event is really something different and strange, how it's being put together. I have yet to see when it's presented on Facebook and YouTube how it will look, but I'm confident that Rizal, looking down on us, will understand that we have exerted all efforts to present his 160th birthday to the Philippine community, not just here in the Middle East, but worldwide. To my chapter commander, Sir Carlos Caceres Jr., well done, congratulations. To his officers, well done. You've all done a fabulous job. To my team on the Middle East and Africa region, our officers, we are all learning. But let's celebrate. Let's celebrate the life of a person who deserves our respect, deserves the dignity that he should have and does have. Our Supreme Commander in the Philippines has sent his best wishes for this event and all the other events around the Middle East. Our Council, Supreme Council in Manila, they are also sending their best wishes and greetings. And above all, our Council of Elders, whom they all support our chapters here. We are a blessed region, I can say that, because we've been doing a great deal over the years. The pandemic has slowed us down a little bit, but we will revive ourselves. But this is life. To all the Filipinos worldwide, congratulations on the birth of your national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, 160 years ago. And we will continue as Knights of Rizal to keep propagating the life works and teachings of Rizal. We will continue supporting the schools here in the Middle East and Africa region. And that is what we are here for. To my fellow officers, all of you, our ladies, the children who have supported us today, maraming salamat. I thank you all. Again, Sir Bong Caceres, Chapter Commander, EPCC, Saudi Arabia, thank you for a job well done. You've really promoted Rizal during this 160th birthday, something to be proud about. An ending to your chapter commandership, which ends later this year. I believe you are maybe the first chapter commanders who's done 3 years due to the pandemic. But it's all in aid of Rizal. Congratulations everybody. Maraming salamat. Let us enjoy the rest of the day and let us continue to put Rizal ideals first, always. Maraming salamat. Non omnis Moria.
It is said that our national hero had inspired the Philippine Revolution. It is a fact that his monuments can be seen in different countries. Well, we can say he has inspired the world. He has inspired men. Let's hear the special messages from the past EPCC chapter commanders. Sir Glicerio L. Tuason, KZR, Rizalian year 2012-2014, to be followed by Sir Rafaelito A. Beltran, KCR, Rizalian year 2014-2016, and Sir Jose Policarpio M. Vega, KCR, Rizalian year 2016-2018.
Fellow brother knights and ladies, isang magpagpalang araw sa inyong lahat. Ako ang inyong brother knight, Sir Boy Glicerio Tuazon, KCR, Chapter Commander 2012-2014. Nalulugod akong makita kayong muli at makausap sa pamamagitan nitong video message na ito. Kumusta na kayong lahat? Natutuwa ako sa pagkakataong ito na magbigay mensahe muli sa inyo as we celebrate the birth anniversary of our national hero, Dr. Jose P. Rizal. Dalawang topic lamang ang gusto kong ilahad sa inyo sa pagkakataong ito. Unang-una ay ang pagpapalakas pa ng ating samahan sa pamamagitan ng pagpaparami pa ng mga kasapi o kasama natin dito sa Knights of Rizal. Alam ko na karamihan sa mga senior knights ay pawang mga nagsiuwian na sa ating sariling bayan. O kaya ay ng ibang bansa na upang magpatuloy ng kanilang retirement life doon. Saganang sa akin, ako ay masaya sa ating sinlangang bayan. Tungkol sa pagpaparami pa ng ating samahan, ang isa na alam ko na madali nating maparami ang ating hanay ay ang pag-iimbita sa ating mga kaibigan na alam natin na po pwedeng maging dedicated at sincere na miyembro ng Knights of Rizal. Yung mga naniniwala sa mga prinsipyo, mga adhikain, at magagandang halimbawa na ipinakita ng ating pambansang bayani noong siya ay nabubuhay pa. Mga adhikain at halimbawa na gusto nating mai-impart or maibigay sa ating mga kabataang henerasyon ngayon. At iyan ay pinakikita natin sa ating taunang mere assembly and talent and skills competition. Para sa akin, kahit na maliit sa ngayon ang ating bilang, magagawa pa natin at magagawa lalo na ito ay palakasin kapag tayong lahat ay sama-samang tumutulong upang maisakatuparan natin ang ating mga pagpaplano at mga proyekto na gusto nating gawin para sa ikabubuti ng ating samahan. Maganda ang marami dahil mas marami tayong nagkakatulong-tulungan. Ang ikalawa ay ang pagpapatatag pa ng ating samahan. Paano nating magagawa ito? Alam ko na alam niyong lahat. Ang kailangan lang nating gawin ay i-promote ang ating sariling samahan. Sa anumang organisasyon, nagiging mahina ang isang samahan kung ang mga miyembro nito ay hindi nagkakaunawaan. So let us all be guided by one goal and objective in mind. Let us not divert our attention away from our goals and objectives. And we will only be successful in everything we do if each of us will be a team player for achieving the common goal. Yan ay ang paraan natin upang mapalakas pa ang ating samahan. Maraming salamat, Brother Knights and ladies who provide inspiration at all times to our Brother Knights. Keep safe, everyone, and be happy. Goodbye.
Sir Dr. Saint Martin Terwal, KGCR, Regional Commander, Middle East and Africa. Sir Jose Joey Velasquez, KGOR, Deputy Regional Commander, Middle East and Africa. Sir Carlos Bong Casenas, KCR, Chapter Commander, Eastern Province Community Chapter, Brother Knights in the Eastern Region of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. I would like to extend my warmest congratulations to KOR EPCC, to which I belong to for more than a decade. It is commendable that despite the limited movement and resources brought about by the strict health and safety protocols by the Kingdom due to the pandemic, the chapter continues to commemorate the important events in the life of the national hero, Dr. Jose P. Rizal, including now his 160th birthday. Mind you, in a foreign land. Simply living up to our motto, Rizal beyond borders, our responsibility, our future. I may not be with you today physically, but I may always with you in spirit. And with the advancement of technology, doing just that was made easier. Non omnis moriar, not everything in me will die. Hindi lahat sa akin ay mamamatay.
my fellow brother knights of the Middle East and Africa region, particularly to the Eastern Province Community Chapter. A pleasant day to everyone. My name is Sir J.P. Vega, and KCR. I am the past chapter commander of EPCC. I really do regret not sending this message in uniform today because I keep running here, there, around, trying to solve some issues because my dad just passed away recently, and I'm trying to solve some problems that needs to be done as soon as possible. But even I have this kind of issues, I really never forget you, brother knights. Today I know that you are celebrating the 160th birthday of Dr. Jose Rizal. My heart, my thoughts, my dreams are all with you. And God bless you all and stay safe. I do understand that the situation is very difficult there in Middle East, and still, I mean, you're going to do the virtual celebration of our national hero's birthday. But I hope my message would be enough to feel that I am celebrating with you. I miss you all, and stay safe. Again, God bless you all.
A message from the EPCC Chapter Deputy Commander, Sir Primar E. Asuncion, KCR.
To my dear fellow illustrious brother knights, Sir Primar E. Asuncion, KCR, Deputy Chapter Commander po ng Knights of Rizal, Eastern Province Chapter. While sadly we are still constrained to physically meet, and as we continue to bravely overcome the scourge of the COVID-19 pandemic, let me join you nonetheless, albeit in this virtual setting, in celebrating with immense pride and joy the 160th birth anniversary of our great national hero, Dr. Jose P. Rizal. As it is customary during birthdays to bring forth good wishes, I do fervently wish that we continue to emulate Dr. Rizal's youthful exuberance in profoundly expressing his love for our country through his remarkable words and noble deeds during the prime of his life. Non omnis moriar, not everything in me will die. Keep safe, everyone, and God bless us all.
Like every instance of time that passes away, the celebration of the 160th birthday of Dr. Jose P. Rizal will also come to its ending. But before that, let's spend some more precious moments to welcome Sir Jose M. Velasquez, KGOR, new Deputy Regional Commander, EPCC Chapter Exchequer, and Chairman of JPR's 160th birthday celebration for his closing remarks.
Ladies, brother knights, and guests, thank you for gracing these special occasions in the Order of Knights of Rizal. Both in physical and virtual, all knights are once again united in fitting and solemn celebrations of the birth of our national heroes, Dr. Jose P. Rizal. Given the situations we are all in and the uncertainties of the future due to the current pandemic, it did not diminish the spirit of all knights around the world, including our EPC chapter in Middle East and Africa region, in coming forward to be part of the celebration of this special occasion. Join in virtual celebrations with our past and present chapter commanders, our distinguished guests, who participated with us with their special greetings and special numbers. All made possible by the sacrifice and dedications of our EPCC Knights, advisors, and officers, including their family members. With strict compliance with the COVID-19 protocol, we are able to participate individually and in batches, allowing us to celebrate and give a fitting tribute to our national hero in his birthday celebration. Rest assured that our life sacrifice and dedications, the best gift fitting to our national heroes' sacrifice and love for our country and fellow men. Salamat, congratulations EPCC for these commemorations of our national heroes' birthday. Mabuhay kayong lahat.